Mark, why lie in that moment?
Mark Robinson becoming the first black gubernatorial nominee in North Carolina.
Where we're going is we're going towards the substantive issues that all North Carolinians face. I plan on being the first black governor of North Carolina.
Mark Robinson's under fire.
My colleague Em and I found a series of highly disturbing posts, and we traced them directly to Mark Robinson.
You can't be honest with people in politics.
Vehemently denying an explosive new report.
The email listed on an account is an email that you have used elsewhere on the internet.
Those are not the words of Mark Robinson.
Think about what's going on our borders. This is what you choose to focus on.
That's not ever going to be forgotten. What's done in the dark always comes to light.
He's a liar. John Stein is telling a lie. I mean, around the tax lies.
It's good to see you, sir.
Good to see you. Yes, sir. Very good to see you.
Welcome to After the Call.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you
We'll
for
get
having
some
me.
good time together.
You got it. Yes, sir. Looking forward to it. Yes, sir.
So I want this space just to be a good space for you and I to take our time and talk through
Yes,
and
sir.
the roller coaster
Yeah. Yeah, it
that
has been.
been
It has been.
your life. If you would, let's go back to 2018.
Okay. All right.
Start me there. The city council,
Yeah.
I mean, to wake up the next day and just take me back to
Yeah. Well,
what that was like.
so in 2018, I was a factory worker
Okay.
and had been a factory worker for a while. My working career, I had spent doing a number of things, but most of my working career up to that point had been spent in manufacturing. I spent some time working in restaurants, but the real meat of my working experience was spent on the factory floor in furniture manufacturing. Needless to say, after 2018, I was very politically astute. My political antenna was very sharp. It was very tuned. There were a number of things in the country that were, I'll just say, that had raised my ire. One of them being the fact that we had lost so much of our industry to overseas labor. And I was a victim of that twice, as a matter of fact. And so I was just a factory worker working, and I was on social media, and I guess I could kind of call myself kind of a quasi-influencer, you know. My social media page quickly turned into a political page. I started discussing politics. Before long, I found myself really just letting it fly because I'd been attacked because of my beliefs. And as Dale Earnhardt once famously said, I just said, well, I ain't gonna take it no more. And so I was at a point in my life where I was doing that, and I was just letting it fly on social media. And so one day I get up out of bed. Here I am, this social media influencer, or somewhat social media influencer, this person with this tuned-in political antenna, this individual who's a fierce defender of our Constitution, and also a person who was, at that point in my life, saving money to try to buy an AR-15 at the Greensboro gun show. Okay. So wake up and I hear the news that the Greensboro City Council was going to be making moves to try to cancel the Greensboro gun show. And it was all because of, kind of a virtue signaling because of the tragedy that happened in Parkland. And of course, what did I do? I was raging to myself, and I started raging out loud. My wife was looking at me. My wife was still in bed. She was looking at me. I was up actually getting ready to go to work. I had to be at work at 6. I had to be up very early. The news was on. The first edition of the news was on. She said, "What's the matter?" I said, "They're trying to cancel the gun show. Blah, 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 blah. I can't believe it. I know they're going to try to do something like this." So I get dressed and I go to work. And I'm thinking about that all day long. I'm just thinking about it all day long. I didn't really discuss it with anybody at that point. I was just really thinking about it. I was going on social media to try to find out as much about it as I could. And lo and behold, on social media, that's where someone mentioned that the city council didn't have the authority to cancel the gun show. That only the city manager, the Coliseum director, he was the only person who could cancel the gun show. He had that authority. And so I now felt a little better because I figured this guy certainly not going to cut himself out a bunch of money. Cut the Coliseum out of all that money. So the next day, I was a little relieved. And the next day I got out of bed to get ready for work again. And the news was on again. We always listen to our local Fox 8 station, and Fox 8 news guy comes on and says the Greensboro City Council is going to hold a special emergency meeting today about gun violence. And I looked at the TV and I looked back at my wife and said, "Should I wake my wife up?" And I thought, no, I'm just going to let her sleep. But I knew exactly what that meant. I said, they are going to invite the Coliseum director to that meeting. They're going to invite the city manager and all the other leaders. They're all going to be there. And I said, they're going to pack this place out with a bunch of leftist wingnuts that are going to come in here bashing guns and bashing the Second Amendment and talking about how terrible guns are and gun violence is, so they can, get these folks to side with them and cancel the gun show. So I go to work. And when I'm at work, I'm talking to my friends about this. That's when I start talking to my friends about it. I said, it's not right you're doing this. And all my friends, most of my friends that work with me, they're conservatives like me, and they agree. And so we're talking back and forth about it. And I'm thinking in my mind, I've got to go to this meeting. I've got to go to this meeting. And I said that in my mind, I said, because, I do all this yapping on social media behind these buttons on my phone, on the computer. What's it going to look like if other people, because I know there's going to be people that are going to go down there and speak up for the gun show. What's it going to be like if I can go down there and at least support those people? And I said, yeah, but I don't, I go to these meetings. I don't do this. This is not what I do. I work at a factory. I go to school. So I'm still discussing with my friends. And finally, one of my more blunt friends, a fellow named Jack, he says, well, what are you going to do about it anyway? He said, you ain't going to do nothing. You go down there and talk. That's all anybody's going to do if they go down there is talk. And he said, and talk doesn't do anything. And I thought about it. And I said, well, that's not necessarily true. I said, the American Revolution didn't start with shop around work. I said, the American Revolution started with murmuring. It started with craftsmen and farmers.
All right, good morning. Happy Monday on this March 23rd, 2026. What you're watching is a video about Mark Robinson. Mark Robinson is a Christian nationalist, Republican, says he lied about racist posts on porn sites to protect Trump. Mark Robinson, who ran for North Carolina governor in 2024, tells podcasts he had an obsession with porn and sex. Okay? And even LGBT. The Republican North Carolina Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson has admitted he misled voters during his unsuccessful 2024 gubernatorial campaign when he denied posting racist and offensive comments on pornography website, suggesting he did so to protect Donald Trump's successful presidential run. Robinson, who worked in a furniture manufacturer before entering politics in 2020, told the After the Call podcast on Thursday, I won't say that I completely lied. Some of the things about the whole story, some of it, there's some truth to it. This is what I've been preaching and teaching and prophesying. These people are all liars. And I told you that this man was a liar. I told you that back in 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. I told you this man has got some demonic stuff in his soul. He was on sites claiming to be a Nazi and a Nazi lover under a different email, under disguise. And he worships whiteness so much. This is a black Christian conservative who's been outed and had to come forward because he couldn't run no more. He's been outed that he worships whiteness so much. He's under that slave master spirit. I keep preaching and prophesying about it. When you have black conservatives, they call themselves, black Christian conservatives, black Christian Republicans, or black Christian nationalists, whatever you want to call it, those that align with Donald Trump, they align with the Republican Party, they align with conservatism, and they call it family values, whatever they want to call it, inside their soul is a vice in a shackle of the slave master spirit. All of them. I outed all of these black preachers here in this Rockford, Illinois area. Remember last year, 2 years ago, I outed them all. So much so that some of them, they end up wanting to threaten my life, see, this is wickedness is in their soul. Wickedness. They lie to themselves and they lie to the people. They lie to themselves and they lie to people. They follow the father of lies. Their Christianity is faker than a $3 bill. Their Christianity is faker than a $3 bill. It's all an agenda to drive right-wing ideology. And that's the Antichrist agenda. I keep trying to tell you that. It's all an agenda to drive right-wing ideology. And remember, I outed this man right here, Patrick Wooten. Remember, Patrick Wooten, who want to come after everybody else except Donald Trump. He has preached and teached and taught about Donald Trump. He want to come up. He want to come against everything else. He want to come against everything black. He want to come against everything bad. I outed this dude. I asked this dude, whoever he is again, I said, go live with me. He ran away. Patrick Wooten, I asked him, go live with me. He ran away. All of these black Christian nationalist conservatives are all the same. They are all the same. They spout white supremacy talking points. And then when you are an intelligent and you are someone who don't drink the Kool-Aid and you want to hold them accountable to the things that their convictions, they run and hide. They hide behind social media. They hide behind their pulpits. They hide behind their platforms, and they do not want you to expose them about their white supremacist alignment. He has an obsession with Hitler. He has an obsession with, that's why he's following Donald Trump. This is Black MAGA, and I dare any Black MAGA, anyone, to go live with me and refute this. Go live. Don't run and hide. Don't put cryptic stuff on Facebook. Put my name in the post. Put my name, Alvin White. Put my name right in the post. But no, you're going to post something cryptic. You're going to say something cryptic to your congregation. Why? Because you're scared. You're a coward. You're a coward. And Jesus don't make no cowards. Jesus don't make no cowards. Holy Ghost ain't got nothing to be afraid of. So if you got the Holy Ghost, go live with me. See?